Hey guys, it's a video, and today we're going to be asking questions and I'm going to be answering them. So, here we go.
Well, his theme is world reforming. And so I'm going to start off with that question. What do you mean by world reforming?
I would say, like, it's happening as we go, cause the way we do things in this world, it changes us. Cause even though that it seems that number 45 is trying to help us, but some people don't see it that way. Even though it, for everybody else, it seems like he's really not. But in his mind, he is. So, everybody would say that he is, but then some people think he's not. So it's a difficult time for everybody.
How do you see what President Trump is doing in your mind? Not everybody else's mind. How do you see and feel what he's doing?
I see how, like, he's trying to help us, but then not necessarily he's trying to do things a different way that people don't understand, and some kids that would ever think that, like me.
Okay. How do you see yourself in this reforming of and reshaping of America?
Scared and upset because people are dying out here for no apparent reason, only because of a virus that people have let in and let out. And that's why it's spreading around, and kids are scared, adults are scared, they don't want to catch it, they don't want to give it to their kids. It's just mostly scaring for everybody.
And how do you see the coronavirus in the midst of everything that is going on in America?
I would base it off of the Bible, like, so it was either Jonah had, like, he said that if the Egypt people did not get let go, he would either Moses, I meant, he he wanted to let the people go, but the king of Egypt did not want them to be let go, so he called upon a death cloud that would roam through the Egypt and take every kid from the people. And if that didn't do that, and then that's when, like, it's like this basically, but then it's not really going through the world as, like, fast as, like, the death cloud in the Bible. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm basing it off of. That's
Okay,
what it's like.
so you're saying that this pandemic that we're going through, you are comparing it to the Bible. So you're using world reforming. Are you saying that these protesting is also an aspect of the Bible?
I would say it kind of is. So
Can you collaborate more on that? Can you give us an explanation of why you feel that the protesting is coming from a biblical perspective?
I would see it as, like, where people are more scared of the virus than anything, because as we see it today, people are still protesting and having protection, but not as much as you would say that you would want it.
Okay. So, what have you learned from this reshaping of America?
I learned that you can survive off of little things that you barely even do.
Okay. If you was next to a political representative, a senator, congressman, city council, somebody who can help in the reforming of America and the actions that are happening now in America, what would you, as a child with a disability, learning how to live in this world, what would you say to them? What would you say to them?
Stay home, please, and I would want you to stay safe as much as possible.
Okay, this is what you would say to the political representative who is going back to Washington with your views. What would you want him to take back to Washington and say to Congress and the senators and the houses of representatives, everybody? What would you want him to say on your behalf after you spoke to this political representative?
I would want them to take back with them saying, like, the people want us to be safe, so we must have to stay inside and follow the directions, even if it may seem a little odd to do.
Okay. And what are your closing remarks to the people who will be eventually watching this episode of you with your feelings about what's happening with the reshaping of America?
Well, I would say that it's more interesting than what you would think it is, because you have to survive off such little, because people have been doing this since 1861, and I was only in it since 2006, so I can barely say much about it, but it's really scary for the kids who are newborn and the ones who are just like getting older, especially the 2020 class. They just coming out of college and celebrating. Even through this pandemic, there's some of them are still celebrating. And it's kind of scary for them as well, because I'm pretty sure they didn't want to come out of college doing nothing but sitting in a house, or just going out once a week, or just staying in a house daily and ordering food from your phone. For those people who are like 80 and above that are still alive, praise God, they probably have to ask their grandkids, how do I do this or something else, to do other things that they would never attended on doing, but they did, and they had to either survive.
Okay. I want to thank you for letting me interview you. I want to thank you for your personal inspirational words that you have said, and how you compared things to a biblical perspective, and how you talked about your feelings of what's happening now as a child in this realm. Thank you guys for this. Is Love Notes with Melanie, and stay safe, wear your mask, and wash your hands.
Like and subscribe. 100 likes, please. Peace out.